Well, it was the dream of the Mohlers, Bob, Connie, Matt, and Heidi, to start a winery. And they started looking for a property, and they came across this beautiful property that is here. And even though the winery was their first thought, they actually opened up the restaurant first. So they converted this old building into, which was used, the Dreps residence. Actually, the Dreps family is who farmed this land for generations. And they started the restaurant first. They converted this house into a restaurant, and then we moved on to the winery. So the restaurant's been open for 6 years, and the winery's been open for about 4. So my wife grew up about 10 minutes from here in the Kiel area, and we used to visit quite a bit every year, and I always thought that this area needed a winery. And I had a winery, my wife and I had a winery out east, and we happened to run into the Mohlers on one of our trips back visiting her family, and it was just kind of fate that brought us all together. I think the idea came to them as soon as they got the property, and they went with it. And then of course I think the restaurant turned into something bigger than they had imagined, and I think the little boutique winery that the Mohlers had in mind also turned into something much bigger than they anticipated. So I think their small ideas to have a small cute little boutique winery turned into having, you know, quite the property today. So the dream was to start a winery based on making the type of wines that we love, okay? And that meant a drier style. Our whole idea here when I came on board was, let's recreate Napa Valley right here in Kohler, Wisconsin. That was really the dream. So to do that, we wanted to make the type of wines that you find out of, you know, California type wines. Those grapes just don't grow here in Wisconsin. So the plan all along was to import grapes. I like to think of this as kind of like a micro winery, like you might hear about a micro distillery, in that we source the best fruit possible and we make everything right here. So everything is shipped into us. So that was the dream, was to start with, to make that style of wine, you know, trying to make California style wines, okay? So they're definitely on the drier side. We have some sweet wines for sure, and they sell very well. But most of the wineries in the state of Wisconsin are sweet. There are over 105 wineries, and 104 of them concentrate on making sweet wines or fruit wines. So it was a risk. We didn't know if it would work when we started making, you know, Cabernet, Merlot, Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, and to our stunning surprise, 7 out of the top 10 wines that we sell are dry, and 4 out of the top 6 wines we sell are red. So I think that was really, you know, for us, it was a dream come true in terms of what we thought could happen here. I don't know if Sheboygan County realizes how fortunate we are to have this here. And it's now much more than just a restaurant and a winery. There's a lot more that's been added on since, but so food is wonderful alone, right? It's even better with a great wine. Well, the same thing goes with wine. A great wine is enhanced by wonderful and unique foods. So.